Can you please
Yeah. So the thing is, this is how the record sharing will be working. Okay. Below that, there will be one part that is profile. Okay. See, the record sharing can be, only it will be open up. We can't, hide the permission from the for the users through record sharing. We can only open up whether you can see the records. We can't, hide the records for the particular user. That can be done under the profile level. Okay, so the record sharing, concept will be going like from org-wide default to role hierarchy, then sharing roles and manual sharing. Okay, this is how the hierarchy goes up in the org-wide default. Okay, now let me go to my org screen and show how the org-wide default works. So can you see my org screen now? To find the org-wide default, in the home page, in the quick manager, you can search sharing set. Once you click the sharing set in the org default setup in your org, and you can see the list of objects that are available in the particular org, and you can see the internal access and external access permission to be set up in the org default. The internal access is the users that are going to be in Salesforce, and the external users like experienced cloud user, that is a public user who is going to externally, will be like part of Salesforce licenses, but then they will not be interact with Salesforce. Okay, so in this there will be a type of let me click edit. Okay, and the access can be shared by private, public read only, public read write, public read write transfer, and there will be one more thing like control by parent. So the control by parent will be available only if the master detailed child relationship. The other will be default to every other object, and there are certain objects that should be set default as private, and we can't change that in the Salesforce org because it should be private. So Salesforce has standardized those kind of things. And another example that to confirm that is like for the account and contact, there will be a relationship like master detailed relationship. We can't set the contact as private when when the account is in private, so it will throw an error defaultly that you should not set the contact as private. It should be controlled by parent, because we can't define the contact as private. So that kind of access can be set it here. And public read only, what will do is it will give access to read access to the records for the the particular object, all the records. In the profile level, if you set it like view all, modify all permission, this always default settings will not affect anything, because in the profile level you have provided the view all, modify all access to the particular object and every record, and whoever creates a record, none other record is not based on owner or anything. Whoever creates a record and whoever in the org can access that record. That is the power of view all and modify all. So what Salesforce suggests is you should not provide view all, modify all access to every user apart from system admin users. So view all, modify all access is a restricted user, should only provided to the particular user. So while set up in the org by default, it will show which are the profiles. It will be doesn't support this org by default. Like you can see this, like if I'm going to keep my account as private, I kept my account as private, and you can see the list of profiles that skip this because they have defaultly have the permission to view the data, modify the data. So these profiles will skip that permission when you set up this org by default. Other profiles, they might have affect due to this org by default settings, but these profiles will skip those things because they have view all, modify all permission. So we should be very careful while providing these permissions in the profile, and of course in permission set level, because they both are interrelated. And you can see this checkbox like grant access using hierarchy. So for this one, I will just moving to the next part, that is roles. I can show that how this grant access hierarchy will work. Okay, and so currently again, like I'm just again overputting that. org default level, what we can do is we can set up whether the record that are going to be shared is going to be a private or public read only or public read write. Make sure if you kept as public read only and public read write, sorry, public read only, the other access that you can provide to the access is only read write, because we have kept as public read only access that you can provide to the particular user is only write access. If you kept it as private, in the particular object level, the extended permission that you can given to the particular user is public read only and public read write. So that is how this works. If you kept as public read write, there is no other permission for the particular user to cover the data. So this is how it works. If you kept as private, the external permission that has been given to the particular object is public read only and public read write. If you kept it at the public level as public read only, the only permission that you can be provide to the particular profile or user is public read write. So is there any do I need to repeat those things again, or you are good with that?
Can you repeat it again? Because it's here if you give public read only, but there read and write, how it will work? Because write is modified, you say.
What I'm saying is, this is the lower level of the sharing. If you kept in that level as public read only, okay, then you want to share the particular record to some user. The only you can't reduce the access. You can't, once you kept as public read only, you can't hide that record from the particular user, because you already given the access as public read only. So you can't have set as private and make the user to not visible this record. Already you kept that, but in the object level you kept as public read only. So all the record will be visible to the particular user, but he can only view the record. Okay. What permission is missing on that particular permission is he can't write the can't edit that record. So only permission can be given to the particular user, only write access can be provided, because you have already given the read access to the particular user.
That's where its confusion is. Like here in organization wide you are giving only read only, right? But there our user can hear, yes, right permission.
Yes, that will be following, like I shown in this particular image. Yes. This is the base here. Okay, if you kept as private here and you want to send give access for the particular user, what you will do is you will provide the access in the sharing role and you can share the access. So what I'm saying is the base should be defined properly, whether it should be read only or read write or private. So I'm just saying this is the base. If you kept as read only, what the higher level, what you can do is only you can give us only write access can be provided in the upcoming level. But if you kept as private in the bottom level itself, what you can do is whether you can in upcoming level you can share it as like public read only or public read write. Both access can be done based on the access that you have been set up in the org default. So org default will be the base. If you kept org default as public read only, and coming up and going up, you can only do the sharing only by giving read access to read write access. You can't downgrade to again set up to private once you kept this in read only here. So I'm coming to the next stage. So I'm saying this is the base here where you can define the object level access. Can you get that, or do we need to repeat it again?
Yeah, got it to some point. Yeah, okay. Maybe the next level we will be getting clear idea.
Yeah, okay.
But Vijay, we can restrict the access using profiles, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are the profile. We'll skip this particular sharing because these have all modifiable access. So to maintain this org default settings and upcoming sharing to work properly, the user should not have all modifiable access in the profile or permission set level. So first, the base should be the metadata where Vignesh explained whether the profile should be in a profile level for the particular object. They should have only read, write, and delete permission apart from of all modifiable access. If in the profile level, if you have all permission, there is no use of this sharing settings to kept as all by default as private, because in the profile level itself you have kept as view all records. And if you
Please.
okay, cutting again in the profile, if in the profile level if you kept
Malayalam.
and in orchid level if you are setting that particular object as private,
Really?
the sharing set will not work, because
No, no,
profile will
children.
be the base for that particular someone is overlagging.
Yeah, I muted you. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So again coming up to just overcoding the same point. In the profile level, if you kept as view all permission or modify all record, and coming up to the arg default and keeping the particular object as private, this you know this sharing will not work for that particular user, because they have view all modify all access. So arg default is a base where only the profile level is set up as apart from of vl modifier access for that particular object. That point only we can set up the org by default settings.
Okay, Vijay.
Yeah. And now coming to the grant access using hierarchy, this one it will come under the roles, whereas there will be the multiple bubble in the particular role. There will be a CEO and there will be a manager, there will be a team leader, and the team leader are team members, right? To be clear point, I have another image here. So there you can see there's a CEO, there's a manager one and the manager two, and the team leader and the members. So if the grant access hierarchy checkbox is checked for that particular, and the member one has access to the particular record, the the horizontal horizontal sharing will automatically will be enabled. The team leader also will see the particular record, the manager also can access that particular record, and CEO also can access the particular record. But no, these two can't see this record because they are not coming under the same bubble. When the grant is, again let me quote up that point, if the grant using hierarchy is checked, okay, and the member one is has access for the particular record, team leader one will have the access for the particular record, manager will be have the access for the particular record, and CEO will be having the access for the particular record, because they are coming under that sequence. Whereas this, if these team two leader and team manager leader will not be having that particular access, because they are not under the that particular sequence. But of course they are in coming on the same manager, but same CEO, but the sequence is different. Whether it is like the where manager and manager are parallel, they are not in sequence. Can you get my point? So that is how the grand using hierarchy works. So, and there will be a use case like this: manager one, manager two must have access for what are the records that created by team one. If a team leader record success should be shared to manager 2 also, there comes these sharing rules. Okay. For this, currently this org by default will be maintaining only these kind of setups. To the next open up will be done in the, like as shown in the previous image, the next will be shown, next will be opened through sharing rules only. So make sure the org by default sharing is set up properly, so that we can the open up works fine perfectly. So coming to the point in org by default, okay. Apart from this, I think there is no other permission access. Click it, public read write. Okay. I can see there is no control by parent in some of the objects, because the control by parent will be defaultly set up only if there is master data relationship. So how the control by parent works is the account and there is a contact, whereas there is a parent child relationship. If you have access to the account object, defaultly access to the particular contact which is related to the particular account. So that is the control by parent permission access. If you have the account permission, you have the contact permission as well for the particular account. That is how the control by parent works. Then I think apart from that, there is no any other permission here. Okay. So is there any other doubts? No. In org by default, or do I need to repeat that thing? Anything that you are not able to understand in this org by default settings? Okay. So I'm moving on to the role. Like I said, the role hierarchy will be based on the grant using hierarchy, and there is one more setup that you can be done in the particular roles. If I click your role and I click edit, okay, there you can see some radio buttons, for that particular role. So what these kind of do these things is like, you know there is an account and there is a contact. Okay, in that role we can define the, if we have access for that particular account, the contact record should have only view permission instead of edit permission, or they can just view only the contact that they own, or they can edit all the contact related to that particular account. So let me repeat that again. There account, there will be a contact. In that there will be 10 contacts. Okay, and if I'm creating only 3 contacts for that particular account, okay, then the owner of the see, the access should have is only this 3 contact, but I have access to 10 contact because I have these 2 permissions. Like the user in this role can view all the all the contacts associated with that particular account regardless of who owns the account. I created 3 contacts and 7 of the contacts were created by some other user but related to that same account. What happens, automatically I have the access for that other 7 accounts that has been created by the my colleague user. And this edit permission, what it will do is I will have the other 7 accounts, 7 contacts also. And in the stop permission, what it will do is whoever the created record, only the record created by me will be having access for that particular account. If I have created 3 contacts against a particular account, I will be having only access to that 3 accounts, not for other 7 accounts. That will be the permission in. So this is the only who owns the account, only they can see this. Whoever may be the owner of the particular contact, but I have access for the particular account, I can see this contact. And this permission, I can edit those contacts. Same way, accounts and opportunity, because these 3 are the master detail relationship against some with that account. So these are the standard thing that can be set up in this. All 3 things, just this object defined. I explained with account with contact. Same way works for account with opportunity and account with case. Is there any doubts in these 3 points? Can I move to the next one?
So yeah, I have one doubt. This CEO means it's a top level management, so he can see all the accounts, right? So we cannot.
You can see. I'm saying I'm just took one of the roles and just said what this role can be. Access can request can particular access can be restricted. So as you can see, CEOs is the top level. So automatically you can see because the grant using hierarchy is checked there. But the thing is, even though he is a CEO, we can do certain things, whether he can view the record or he can edit the record, that can be set up in the roles. Only thing is the CEO's profile should not be the access of view all if all. Until then, this sharing will work as how you defined in this particular role.
Okay. But here in the previous that permission, that 3 permission, right, which you showed us.
Yes.
That is the default permission sets is Salesforce is giving, or is customized? Not customized.
This one.
No, the previous which you showed for that CEO top management.
Those 3 things will be defaultly available for every user. Every roles. And one more thing, those 3 will be defined based on what access you are giving. Like currently, what I did is for account I I'm getting it. Asking about these things, right?
Yeah, these 3. These 3.
So these 3 will be defined based on this one. You have asked me why the CEO need limitations. Like what I did is account level I kept as private. Whoever the user. Okay, how private works is, apart from the profile who was not having view or modify all, every other user will have private license. Only they can view only the records that they own. That is the that's how the private works. So only the record created by you can be visible, can be seen, another other than the of user. So if I kept as public read only or read write, I can just save it here. And if I refresh the role page, I think there will be some change in this role. This permission, I think there will be missing something here. Sorry, settings private. It takes some time to to change a particular thing. Let me check whether it has changed. Okay, I think it has been set as public read only. Now if I refresh this page, if I click edit here, sorry, not for account. Okay, that is contact, right? So I kept contact as private, and let me make the contact as also public read, right? Now you can see this role is based on this three object: contact, opportunity, and case. So
Okay.
I changed it in the wrong object. So let me change it in contact. Okay, you can see this contact access has been removed because defaultly they have public read only access. So only I think the opportunity will have the private access. So as you can see, what are the object that has private access that can be open up in the role level. So as I said, Argyle default is in the bottom level. If you kept as private, in the upper level you can open up the sharing. Like you can see, open up the access, right? So if I kept Argyle default as public read only, I kept as read write, right? So automatically there is no other sharing that can be opened up for that particular role. Auto contact is defaultly visibility all the users. So the contact sharing has been removed because we read only access for the all the records. Whereas the opportunity we kept as private, so we can open up for opportunity. What are the opportunity that particular role can be accessed? So that is how this triangle that works, the pyramid that works.
Okay. So if it is private only, it will open up for the other permissions we
Yes.
can give at the profile level. If it is
Exactly.
public, means everything is public.
Yeah,
So
this top three, there is no use of doing this
Okay.
top three.
Okay.
So org by default will be the base. So org by default, if it kept as private, then we can open up for the upcoming users. If it kept as public read only, there is no purpose of opening up this.
Irrespective of any rules, what we
Any
set.
was, yeah,
Okay. Thanks.
yeah. Again, this role. So these things can be, this how the particular role can be, shared based on that particular these three sharing. You can just open up and you can just look into it how it works. Okay. And one more thing, there is, you can see that role is only that particular user can view the record, or only the owner can view the record, or these are the permission, right? And one more thing, this role hierarchy will work only in the horizontal level. It won't work in the vertical level. Vertical level in the sense, this number one and number two are parallel. They are in same level. Okay. So if you see like whether the member one can view the member two record, if the org by default is private, no, they can't view the record. For that's where the open up comes up. So member one cannot view the member two record, but we can have a setup to view those three records. But in role level hierarchy, they cannot be viewed those records. Role hierarchy will work based on horizontal level, not in the vertical level. Okay. Can you get my point? So role hierarchy will work horizontally, not vertically. Two. Okay. Now again coming to the point. So the member one record should be shared to member two. How does this can be done? Okay, I kept as org by default as private for opportunity, and I have a role named CEO and one more thing. Okay, let me go. Let me take one particular role for the great good example. Go to roles again. Okay, as you can see, there's an example of this one, like a customer support international and customer support North America. These are the siblings of SVP customer service and support. Okay, so what this SVP customer service and support can view the record of customer support international and customer North America, but the customer support North America will not be able to view the record customer support international, and customer support international will not be able to view the records of customer support North America. So what there will be use case, because they need to see those, because they are sibling, they are going to work under the particular same team leader. Like if I go to this image, they are going to work under a particular team leader, so they are internally, they need to communicate, so they need access. So the number one should view the number two record and number two should view the number one record. How can we do this? Is there any standard way to do that in Salesforce? Yes, there is a way to do it in Salesforce. In the sharing settings, there will be option, like let me choose opportunity for currently the opportunity, and you can see there is a opportunity sharing rule. Under that, once you choose this opportunity, there will be opportunity sharing rule. When you click new, you can find, yes, you can share the record of that owner one and member one and member two. Okay, like let me choose here, what are the two roles, CSI and CS. Share CSI to CSN. Okay, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to share the CS international user records to CS North America. So what I'll do is I'll just choose the owner based sharing. Like there is two types of sharing. What I'm currently explaining is owner based sharing, because they are both on the same, same role. There will be different roles. So I'm just taking the owner role as an example here. What I will do is share which record to be shared. So what I'm going to choose the role here, and in this role, what I'll choose, customer support. I will choose the roles of customer support international records to be shared to which role. I'm choosing another role here, and I'll choose North America, and there will be access. What type of access? Whether I should go to provide only read only or read write, I will just provide here, because I kept it as private right there in the org by default level. If you kept a org by default level as public read only, there will be access only to provide read write, because they already have access to read only access. They have read only access. Only write access is needed, so it should default give read write here. That's how the sharing works. So I'll just save it here. So what happens? It will take them to recalculate, and what happens with this sharing rule, next time when a particular this role user record, automatically the record will be shared to this North America. And I'm not able to show the demo in the demo, because there will be only two users, and so that will be a bit difficult for me to show you a demo. What I can do is I can just give an overview of it. You can just go work on it, and if you have any doubts, please get back to us so we can explain that how it works. Okay, so this is how
here sharing means the opportunity record will be available to both when they log in, right?
Yes, exactly. So not to both. What currently I set up is, I shared only the international record to America. I didn't share North America record to international. So what for that to do, we'll create another sharing rule with, like I did, right? I'll just keep the two roles in the process. I'll just do it as in vice versa. That's it. So to make both interconnected, say stay in connect, we'll just create two sharing rule. One sharing rule with sharing customer support international record to North America, and one more sharing rule to share North America record to international. So if you do these two things, automatically the record will be shared to this both. So I think that answered your question. I don't know who raised the question. So once the sharing rules has been applied, next time when a user, if the international user logs in, he may able to see the records of North America's record because he never created a record, but we just set up the sharing rule to share those records because they are in same bubble. And make sure you are sharing, should applied in the standard pattern so that there will be no misleading of sharing the record. So we need to be more careful whenever we're giving access to the particular user. We don't know whether we might not know whether that user comes under the same domain or same roles and or same industry. You can define based on these kind of things whether for particular industry this record to be shared, or just make sure who are the users going to get the access. So this is how the sharing settings works. As I said, this is the opening a process of the third step, sharing rules. So is there any doubts in sharing rules, sharing settings, row hierarchy and org by default?
Yeah, so
Yes.
we can do one sharing only the standard objects. What about the custom objects? We
Yeah,
can.
yeah. What are the objects? Maybe like you can see. Let me take whether I have any custom object here in this. I think I'll have some teacher department something. I think I'll have. I think this is my. Okay, this is department. This is a standard, a custom object that I created. Okay. So what I kept is I kept as public read only. Again, you can just set as edit this and keep it as private. What are the options available in this org? It will be showing here to set up. But make sure while providing the sharing settings, make sure the org by default setup is set up properly to go to the next step. Giving here read public read write and trying to again share to the particular user, there is no use of using that sharing rule. So make sure this is well organized to share to a particular user.
So if it is public read only, write only means it's automatically it is visible to
Visible to
all
everybody.
users.
Yeah,
So no
visible
need
to.
of giving any permissions at level,
Yes,
right? But,
yes, there is no use of going and providing these kind of things.
okay.
So I covered most of the things in this PPT. I didn't go by based on PPT. I just need to covered org by default, sharing, okay, roles, okay, got sharing, okay. One more thing I skipped is what I showed is owner sharing for the particular opportunity. This owner record should be added to this particular owners. And there's one more sharing. When I click new, you would find that there is another radio button where criteria based share evolves. What happens is will be shared not based on any particular roles or thing. It will be taking on a particular record, like the opportunity stage is kept as negotiation or quotation. Those record will be shared to a set of user who maintains the quotation process. Like sales rep will use to create an opportunity, they will just go find the deals. After the deal, find the deals, quotation process and order generation process will be done by the another user. So what happens, this particular sales rep will create the record, but this the other team, the marketing team who defines this, how to who interacts with this particular deal to close this particular member to close this deal, they will not have access until this particular guy shares this record. And we don't need to share each and every time when opportunity stages went to quotation, we need to share to this particular user. We can't do that manually each and every time, right? So what we can do is we can set up with the opportunity stage, that's a stage. Whenever the opportunity stage reached quotation, I don't think they have a quotation stage here. I just took as an example. What happens? Okay, negotiation stage or analysis stage. Like this is like just think like this is as a quotation stage. I'll just keep it. I'll just set up this, and if I'm going to share to this particular particular group, like I said, this roles and hierarchy would work based on that standard organized pattern, whereas this sharing is not going to be in organized way, because there will be only set of users who will be maintaining that quotation opportunity. At the time, what they will do is they will create a public group. Okay. Quotation. And they will just keep as quotation users. Quotation users, and then what they'll do is they'll choose the user who are responsible for that quotation, and you can see I'll just click here and I'll add those two users there, and I'll save this public group, and I'll share to this particular public group quotation. Now it will not be, just now I saved it. Once I refresh that, I think it will be available. Quotation sharing. This is the sharing settings name. Sharing. I'll do criteria based sharing. Opportunity stage 2 equals and I'm going to share particular public group, just quotation users, and I'm going to give read write access. So what happens automatically whenever the particular opportunity record stage goes to quotation, automatically those records will be shared to this public group user who I kept as currently this who are the users available in the public group. They will have a read write access for that. They will have a read write access for that particular opportunity. So this is also a one way of sharing the records. One is owner based sharing, whereas the owner's role record should be shared to another owner role. And another thing is a particular record based on record criteria, we can share the record to particular role or particular group or particular users. So this kind of sharing can be done here. So these are the two type of sharing settings that need to be that can be set up in Salesforce. And the one more part is manual sharing. So manual sharing is it's like sharing an individual record to a particular role or group or a particular user. So this how it works is when I open a record, there is two type of sharing in manual. One is just changing the owner. If I'm the owner and the opportunity is kept as private, only the owner can view the record. What we can do is we can change the owner to another user, so automatically the record will be shared to that particular user because he is the owner has been switched to the another user, and this current owner will use the privilege of viewing this opportunity because the owner has been switched back. That is one type of, but this is not uh,
When you change the owner, both the original owner and the new person, both will have access to the record.
No, they won't. If the opportunity is set as private, only the owner will have the access, and there is no sharing rule. Only the org by default set as private. There is no sharing rule. There is nothing. And if the owner is changed by a particular record, no, only the current user who is the owner will have the access. The existing user will use the privilege of accessing that particular record.
Okay, whoever is the current owner only will have the access, right?
Access to view the record, yes. And this is not a best practice to change the owner, so make sure you should not change that. There will be another thing, that is like I said, there is a manual sharing part where there will be a sharing button, each and every record there. You just if you click it, it will ask to this record to be shared to a public group or public role or sub roles or subnet or public user. Just click the public user, search the username here. It's loading. there is another way to find who are the having access to this particular opportunity. Like you can see, these are the two sharing roles that we did, right? We found under the opportunity record. Before I'm setting sharing role, there was on sharing. This NB report should be shared to sharing. This is the sharing rule that which I did not do it. This is already defined in the my org. So you can see, go to this particular opportunity and you can see which are the roles are having access for this particular opportunity. We can view in there itself. There might be a use case where a customer comes and asks, hey, this is not my region record, why it is popping up or showing it for me, please check, I should not see those kind of records. And there will be multiple sharing rule in per org, and it will be tedious process for a particular user to go check what was the issue. We can't just check why this record is sharing to this field. So just open this particular record, click sharing, and you can see what are these, how this record is shared to the particular user. Is there any sharing rule has been affected to share this record? You can find, this is easy way to find how the sharing rule, why this record is getting shared to this user. So this is just to check. Like again, I'm coming to back here. I'm checking Vijay whether I have the success. Okay, there's a test user. I'm sharing this record to this particular test user and giving read access, and I'm clicking share. So next time if I go going to share, click share here, and you can see this record is shared to these kind of users, and you can see the list here. This is the manual sharing process. The manual sharing will be done based on particular single record, and bulk will be done through sharing rule. And whether it should be in public read only or read done in archive default level. So this is the record sharing Salesforce. I most have covered up everything in the, I think, in the sheet. Sharing rules, record sharing, okay, manual sharing. So this is the picture that I'm shown there, and public groups that I've just created for you and shown. Okay, so any doubts? No, in this thing that
I have one question. You said change owner is not recommended, but somebody has resigned and he was handling a bunch of opportunities, let us say, and I want to change the ownership of those because it will be in his name.
Yes,
so
yes,
what do I do?
So the change owner, like you said, that particular person has left the office, so he is an inactive user in the particular organization. So that is a process should be done. That should be done. But he is an active owner in this particular org, and if you change it, he might not have a knowledge of sharing, because as a system admin, I can view all the record, and there might be some internal politics. And what I do is, why is taking this record? I'm just sharing it automatically. So we should not do this kind of things, right? Because he was work for that particular deals, and you just can't just click him like this and give to another guy, unless if he is retired from this particular office and he is inactive in this space, and this ownership should be set up to the another guy who's replacing his place. That is recommended. I'm not saying this. I'm saying that's a best practice to change the owner. That you should not just simply.
But this
change.
has to be done only manually. I understand, but there won't be any automated process when A is replacing B. All the records pertaining to B is automatically changed to A. There is no automated process, right?
There is no, we must define that automated process. If that is the use case, we might not know when A user going to be replaced to B. So that is only defined process. Only a particular user leaves it. Until then, you don't know when A will be replaced to B, right? If there is standard pattern on this month, B user will be working on this. On month 2, A user will be working on this. If there is a defined standard process, that can be automated, but we can't automate when A will be changed to B. So when we can't define when it will happen, we can't automate those kind of things, right? So what we can do is we can just bulkly export all the records of related to A and change the owner ID. You know, you can just change the owner and again update the records. All the bulkly you can update the records. I hope in the last session they would have taught you how the data export and import works, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Export, change the owner, and import.
import
That's what
it,
you are saying.
yes,
Okay.
that is how that is the one process that you should be following up while changing the owner.
Yeah, that can you show us like how we can share the custom objects?
Custom budget in the sense, you mean?
No, we have only sharing for the accounts opportunity, that is standard object, right?
Yeah, I just showed you, right? There will be option to choose the custom object also. Like, okay,
Oh,
again, let me go and choose
sorry.
here. Yeah, no problem. So in this, there will be again. I'm going to sharing settings. In the org by default level, I'm going to let me just go. Can you see my screen right again? I just switch to
Yeah,
my org screen,
yes,
and
yes.
I'm going to choose the department is the custom object that I did. So let me show that also. So, okay, as you can see, this is a custom object where standard object doesn't have underscore C. I hope the previous they would have thought that.
Yes,
So
yes,
this is
yeah.
a custom object, and you can see there's a custom checkbox that true. So this is a custom object. What I did is, I kept public read only. So automatically all the users will have the access. I'll just change this to private department to public private, and I will save this org by default settings first. And I want to okay, let me just it is just the same as how the standard objects, how we are going to do for standard
That's
objects. There will be no any difference. Only thing is just need to set up everything in the proper way.
okay.
Like I said, it kept it as private. I'm going to share this to CEO user. So I'll just share all what type of department. Let's check any field criteria that I can use here. Send email checkbox to okay. So just shortcuts to CEO. Okay. And I'm going to share which role record is teacher records to role to CEO user. So that's it. So what happens automatically? The teacher role record will be shared to CEO user. That's it. And I don't know whether Viknesh said this. We have roles and roles. What is roles is there will be, for each and every user there will be option to choose a role. So like this particular user, like if I'm going to be a company, going to run a company, I will be a CEO and there will be a manager user. So that need be set up in this, right? So what I do is if I click edit, there will be option to choose a role for a particular user. So
Yeah.
based on this, only the sharing will work. So if I'm sharing this role user CEO, mean what happens? Whoever available in the particular role. So if I click roles and you can check what are the users available in the particular role. So all these records will be shared to CEO.
Okay.
So currently it's a dev work, so only you can create one more extra user. So test user I have. So this records will be shared to CEO. So that is how the sharing works.
Okay.
So the role will be set up in the user, and the sharing will be set up in the org by default level, and sharing settings and manual sharing.